Welcome, seekers, to another chapter from the Cannabis Bible. I'm your High Chronicler, and today we are opening the Sacred Scrolls to a truly special reading, the Epistle of Limonene, also known as the Luminous Uplifter.
That's right. Today, we're not just talking about chemistry or biology, not at all. We are doing something deeper. We are communing with a celestial messenger. We are diving into the terpene testaments to explore the story of Limonene, the Luminous Uplifter.
All right, so let's get into it. To really understand what limonene is all about, you've got to start at the beginning. We're going to meet the very essence of the plant's spirit, what our texts call the aromatic angels. So what exactly are these aromatic angels? Well, the text described them as the essential oils that come from the Great Garden. You know that incredible, distinct smell you get from different cannabis strains? That's them. Scientifically, of course, we call them terpenes. They're the little organic compounds that give each strain its unique aroma and flavor, from that sharp pine to a sweet, fruity burst.
Now, among all of these aromatic angels, there's one that just shines brighter. It's got this unique solar brilliance to it, and that, my friends, is limonene. The texts call it the Luminous Uplifter, and honestly, it's the perfect name for its bright, zesty, energetic vibe. So let's dig in and see what makes this one so incredibly special.
Okay, so what exactly does limonene do? What are its defining characteristics? Well, the scriptures lay it all out for us in 3 key verses that really break down its power. Let's hearken to these verses on the Luminous One.
First up, verse 1, the divine scent. This one's pretty straightforward. If you've ever smelled a strain that just sings with those citrusy psalms, that sharp, clean scent of lemon, lime, and orange, yep, you've found limonene. Then we have verse 2, the alchemical shift. This is where it gets really fascinating. See, some terpenes can kind of weigh you down, ground you, not limonene. It's the Ascension molecule, famous for banishing dark moods and just inviting in pure joy. And finally, verse 3 describes its protective shield. Get this, it works as a pest repellent out in the garden, but inside of us, it actually helps our bodies absorb other cannabinoids more effectively. Pretty amazing, right?
Okay, that's all great in theory, but what does this power actually feel like in the real world? How does this all come together? Well, the texts give us the perfect case study, a story they call the parable of sour diesel. It's time to witness this earthly miracle for ourselves.
Right. So how does a cool-sounding name like Ascension molecule actually, translate into a real experience? What is this earthly miracle of limonene that makes it so legendary?
The answer, my friends, is found in the Gospel of the Sour Diesel. It is written that this legendary strain, so pungent, so powerful, was blessed with a double portion of limonene. And for generations, people have reached for sour D precisely when their spirits felt heavy or their creative fires had dimmed.
And this is the miracle in action. See, limonene is what steers you away from what the texts call couch-lock purgatory. You know that heavy, lethargic, stuck-on-the-sofa feeling? Limonene is the antidote. Instead, it delivers a sermon of productivity. It's like it grants you wings of energy and focus, turning a totally blah afternoon into a full-on creative breakthrough. That's the power of limonene. But here's the thing. For this amazing spirit to actually make it to you, it has to be treated with care. And the texts have some very specific instructions for all you cultivators out there, a commandment for those who labor in the soil.
Commandment the 9th. It's simple, it's direct. Thou shalt preserve the aromatics. So why is this such a big deal? Well, because limonene, for all its uplifting power, is actually super delicate. It's a fragile spirit that can just disappear if you're not careful during the harvest.
And here's what that means in the real world. If your sacred grove, your drying and curing room, gets too hot during that final ritual, the luminous one will simply vanish. Poof! It evaporates right into the air. So the key is to keep those temperatures modest, and that divine scent will remain as a testament to your skill. All right, but you know the saying, with great power comes great wisdom. The last part of this epistle is a really important word of caution. Think of it like a sacred agreement you make with yourself, with your body. It's called the covenant of the body temple. Look, while limonene is all about joy and uplift, you have to remember that these high limonene strains are potent ascension spirits. So for anyone who's prone to what the texts call the trembling of the mind, what we might call anxiety, these powerful strains really need to be approached with mindfulness and a whole lot of respect. So, to honor this covenant, the texts lay out 3 simple steps. Step 1,
practice moderation. Just like the texts say, too much light can dazzle the unprepared. Start slow. Step 2. Always consult the local edicts. That means the laws where you live. And finally, step 3. If you're using cannabis for your health, please speak with your earthly healers. You know, your doctors and healthcare providers.
And just like that, our chapter comes to a close. We've really covered a lot, haven't we? We've witnessed the radiance of limonene, we've understood its 3 divine verses, seen its miracle in the parable of sour diesel, and learned the covenant for its mindful use.
But you know, the journey of enlightenment, it never really ends, does it? So, I have a question for you, Seeker. Where do we go from here? Should we unroll the scrolls on another amazing strain that's rich in this luminous uplifter? Or should we turn the page and dive into the full commandments of the harvest? Let us know. Until next time.
What was I saying? The fan, the click, the hum, so heavy, kingdom come.